I don't see us falling so far down the standings that we are going to completely not make the playoffs, whether we're a 7th seed, whether we're an 8th seed. We are going to need somebody to play point guard if Caitlin doesn't come back. Let the players play it out. CC, stay on the sidelines if you feel that way as well. I see some people saying, Caitlin, Aries out for the season, don't even bother coming back. Let's now officially take as much time as you need. Season is over with. If she doesn't come back, we're still going to need somebody to play that point guard role. Kelsey Mitchell's not a traditional point guard. Are we going to see her at point guard today?
Caitlin Clark just slipped a comment that might be her loudest cry for help yet, and most fans completely missed it. She was talking about Lisa Blutter's belief in her, but when you stack that next to Stephanie White's postgame "I'm proud of this group" after one of the most lifeless Fever performances we've seen, it hits different.
And we have Caitlin Clark talking about players in the WNBA not knowing how to move, not knowing the correct places to be, the correct spots to be in. Caitlin Clark took it to back-to-back national championship games. Caitlin Clark put the program on the map. We have Caitlin Clark bringing up, people are talking about me not winning a national championship it was at Iowa. You guys know about Iowa, right? A team that nobody ever expected to make it as far as they made it.
Is Clark quietly telling us the coaching isn't working? Stick around, because the contrast between the coach she had and the one she has now could explain every single struggle you've watched this season. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great, thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
Even our backup post players, like, I always think about like how Coach Bluder like ran practices and things, and like I'm very fortunate looking back and like now going to like watch other colleges' practices and things like that. Like, she really like was so intentional about like but like
no,
you
part
like
of it is a
were
little
like
bit of it.
brainwashed into like,
Yeah.
okay, if you drive here, like you're going here and you're going here. And like even now at the professional level, I'm like, how do people not know like where to move? Like it blows my mind still. Like, but making sure everyone was on the same page and like knew what they were doing and knew their role. In a way, like when I talk to people about it, I like joke like she brainwashed people, not like actually.
Most people heard Caitlin Clark mention Lisa Blutter and thought she was just being sentimental about her Iowa days. But what if it wasn't about looking back at all? What if it was about right now? Because the way she brought up her old coach, and the way she described what that relationship meant, sounded a lot like someone highlighting what's missing in the present. It wasn't just thanks for the memories. It was her pointing at a model that actually worked. Clark said Blutter believed in her from the first day she stepped on campus. As a freshman, she was running the offense, taking the big shots, calling reads on the fly. No trial period, no holding her back until she earned it. It was, here's the ball, go make it happen. That kind of trust changes everything for a point guard. She was free to play instinctively, push the pace, and test her limits without fearing she'd get yanked for one bad possession. Now think about her current reality in Indiana. The Fever offense has stretches where it looks stuck in neutral. You see players hesitating on cuts. You see the ball swing side to side with no clear purpose. Even when Clark has space to attack, you can almost feel her pulling back, not going full speed.
Like you were always on the same page with your teammates.
Yeah, it's not
Coaching. That's what I heard. Coaching. And she stamps it.
I think it just makes me like really appreciative of like what Coach Bluder was able to do when we were at Iowa. Like she was so smart. She was able to like construct a team and make sure everyone always knew what they were going to do, whether you were the smartest basketball player on the team or you weren't.
At the end by saying, even if you're not the most smartest basketball player on the court, due to how great of a coach Lisa Bluder was, you always knew the exact spot you needed to be in. And
it's not because she can't. It's because it looks like she's been asked to stay inside certain limits, like there's an invisible cap on what she's allowed to do. That's basically what people mean when they say she's playing with a governor on her game. If you've never heard that term, imagine a speed limiter in a car. No matter how hard you press the gas pedal, it stops you from going past a certain speed. For Clark, it's like being told she can't go above a certain tempo, can't take too many risks, can't dominate the ball the way she did in college. And for a player who has already shown she thrives on pushing those limits, it's an awkward fit. It's almost funny in a way. Here's a rookie who came into the league with a reputation for handling massive usage, stepping into big moments, reading defenses at game speed. And instead of letting her lean into that, the message seems to be slow down, keep it simple, don't go too far outside the system.
There's not nearly enough practice. Caitlin Clark speaks about how in the WNBA, players still don't know the correct spot to be in. We see that often this year. After drilling it home time and time again, repetition's a real thing. Practice is a real thing. And if we listen to some of these Indiana Fever players speak about what's currently going on, last year, that was running rampant all over these Indiana Fever games. You couldn't go one Indiana Fever game without Caitlin Clark throwing a pass to a spot where the player needed to run to. Instead, the player ran the complete opposite direction.
That's the exact opposite of what unlocked her potential at Iowa. You could see it plain as day in the recent Fever game against Minnesota. In the first quarter, she had 5 assists and was moving the ball up court after every rebound, forcing the Lynx to scramble. But as the game went on, her pace dipped. She finished with just 2 field goal attempts in the fourth quarter, and the team scored only 11 points in that frame. That's not the Clark we saw in college, putting up 30 and 40-point nights while still finding open teammates. This was a version turned down to a lower volume.
2-on-1 fast break. Hey, go to the basket. I got you. Perfect pass. No, I'm going to drift out to the corner. No, I'm going to drift out to the baseline for a 17-footer. How does this still not happen in the WNBA? Caitlin Clark throwing a pass, leading a player to the basket. Instead, the player was fading out for a for a corner three. We have a
look at someone like Sabrina Ionescu back in her first full WNBA season after coming off injury. Her coach gave her the green light to control the offense and find her flow, and it led to an all-star selection. When a guard with vision and scoring ability gets empowered instead of contained, you see results fast. That's the track Clark was on, but now she's working inside narrower guardrails. So when she praises Blutter for handing her the keys from day one, maybe that's less about missing Iowa and more about reminding everyone that she's proven she can handle that role. It's almost like she's offering a blueprint the Fever could follow right now. This is a formula, not a theory, because it's already led to real success in real games. And that's why this isn't nostalgia talking, it's frustration wrapped in a compliment. She's spotlighting a style of coaching that embraced her natural game, then letting us notice how far her current role is from that. Which makes you wonder if the real roadblock here isn't just Stephanie White's approach but an entire system that seems built for a pace and style that doesn't match the player they built their franchise around. Clark's shout out to Blutter feels less like reminiscing and more like a quiet push for change. She's proven she plays her best when